Hello, my beautiful lovelies. This is a summer solstice special, and I am going to focus on summer solstice right now. Summer solstice is generally June 20th, 21st, 22nd. I apologize if you can hear that noise in the background. That's the train going by really fast, 2 houses down. It's warm, it's wonderful, it's the height of summer, it's usually very warm. Greeting to the summer solstice, I'm pulling this from Celtic Devotional. Glory to the day star, hail, lifter of the light, burnisher of the sky. Gifts of love to earth are bringing, summer's shimmer, dew's delight. Dancing be the heart within us, open be our souls to bliss. Courage vanquished every shadow, greet summer, midsummer with a kiss. Isn't that beautiful? Summer solstice is one of the fun ones. It is for me a sunrise, sometimes sunset ceremony. It kind of depends. It's the longest day of the year. It's where you have the most sunshine. It's beautiful. And what I'm doing today is I'm going to be using all 3 of the new decks that I drew. And I've been playing with these. And one of the things that I've kind of discovered completely by synchronicity and the universe just bringing me a message, as always, I discovered that the decks that I drew were following the transformational process through the activations in the body. So the sacred geometry activation is 1 to 5. Masula is 2 and 6. Delanuit Oracle is 3 and 7, and the Lantern Oracle is 4 and 8. There is no 9 deck that I drew this time, so this particular set of cards in the order I'm doing them, I'm not going to include 9, but we're going to talk about them, so that's kind of 9-ish, so we're going to do it that way. Okay, so the first card that I drew was number 28 in this deck, and that is Gaia. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother, to the universe that birthed us all. Gaia is the word used to refer to the earth as a living organism. As such, she radiates a deep sense of nurturing, care, compassion, wisdom, taking care of her loved ones and her community. She shares with us through her natural resources of food, light, and water. The sense of community, both small and large, is represented by the repeating pattern that spreads out from the core of this activation. Gaia is represented in both her water and her solid bodies by the blues and greens, as above, so below. This applies to the external world, the sky, the water, the earth, as well as the emotions, and the internalized world of spirit and body. The pearl-like shapes symbolize both the deep secrets hidden beyond the physical world and beyond our off-planet origin. These pearls might even be making a sound like a soft humming or toning. Through this understanding of Gaia and connections, we are invited to be conscious of how we walk this earth, to realize that we leave a footprint everywhere we go. We are also invited to find compassion for all beings that are with us and walk with us and beyond. Our conscious connectedness creates balance and harmony throughout our reality and can move us forward into an expanded reality. So with this card, they say, close your eyes for a moment and contemplate how we are all connected to each other. Do you have a community you're part of? How do you support this community? How does it support you? When was the last time you were in a group experienced the power of joined intention? Isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful card. My focuser doesn't like it when I go too fast too quickly with these cards. I've noticed they get really blurry. So that's 1 and 5. Masula, Oracle of Souls. So there are different pantheons these are drawn from, 6 from each pantheon. And this is from the realm of Sheol. Like Urkala, the realm of Sheol is concerned with the bright and dark dualities. Where Urkala focuses on the emotional experience, however, Shoal, where this card comes from, centers the extremes of human sin and holiness. To dwell in the shoal is to submit to the judgment of the absolute, to suffer between the difficult requirements of grace and easy torments of corruption, and to have the courage to discover where you fall in your overall contribution of good to the world or evil. And this card is Keeper of Whisperers, the Mad Prophet. The madman, known as the Keeper of Whisperers, dwells in the hollow beyond the Valley of Saints. Save for his rare moments of lucidity, he spends his days scrawling the full and complete history of mankind in an indecipherable scrawl that no one but he can read, and which he cannot explain, even if anyone were willing to listen to his ravings. Domains, curiosity, madness, and forbidden knowledge. Powerful card here. We're going to get into the depth of that shadow. Delanuit Oracle is 3 and 7. The Blue Fairy. My story. There was a sweet man who wanted so badly to have a son. I granted his wish and gave him one out of a wooden puppet. Pinocchio is the name of the puppet. I watched over him during his adventures to make sure he grew wise. Then I transformed him into a real boy. I only appear to those who have faith in my lucky star and gently pray for my intercession. If they're pure at heart, I grant their wish and pour magic in their lives. The message is to rejoice and feel blessed. Your prayers have been heard, your wishes are about to be granted. You have fought very hard to get where you are now, but the thing is, you've never lost hope nor faith. Therefore, you will be rewarded. This card really comes to you as a blessing and a good omen. So just relax, celebrate, and say thank you. Your dream is to come true very soon. I like that. That was 3-7. And 4-8, the Lantern Oracle. I will tell you, I'm absolutely in love with this deck. So this is in the Phase 3 Guardian, Midlife. Empowerment, selfhood, authority, meaning, composure, gifts of renewal, and insight. And the card I drew was 23, Broken Dreams. Only you can accept or reject your dreams. We break our dreams when we cease to believe in them and ourselves. Our attitude towards disappointment, perceived failures, and rejection has the power to derail our confidence. When a prolonged state of defeat and doubt ensues, we not only give up our dreams and ourselves, but also what makes us feel alive. It can be hard, but we need to trust that the way to realize our dreams is by persisting and working with the disappointments as well as any perceived failures or rejections. Perceived setbacks are often opportunities to learn to think differently, to develop further, to explore new ways of realizing our vision. When we interpret, therefore turn challenges into actual setbacks, it can feel like the world has rejected us. In response to this feeling, we give up too soon. The world does not reject us. It cannot. Of course, it may feel like it does, but what is more likely to have transpired is that certain individuals, organizations, and opportunities have said no to us at one point in time. The world is full of many more individuals, organizations, and opportunities if we continue to say yes to ourselves. In the instance that constructive feedback is given, it can be helpful to consider seriously what is said. We may become aware of something useful. At times, it may also benefit to develop from seeking out another's informed point of view or ongoing mentorship. However, what remains crucial to the realization of our dreams is focused, persistent, appropriate practice and training, and the right timing. People, circumstances, and many other variables outside our awareness and control need to line up. Furthermore, we need to be ready for our dreams to come true so that success does not have a distorting effect on us. To abandon your dreams is to abandon yourself. There is no need for this. The Guardian encourages you to explore ways of doing what you love differently. From being flexible in a way that you go about realizing your vision will save you from much unnecessary heartache, regret, lost time, and despair. The Guardian's message: do what makes you feel alive for your life. Never lose sight of what lights you up and makes your spirit self sing, no matter what. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So, cool thing, as I drew these for summer solstice, I had summer solstice in mind. So summer solstice is the growing season. It is the summer king. It is the longest day of the year. It's heat. It's bumblebees and birds and crops where you've got the crops growing. It's all these wonderful things. And Gaia is Earth and her wheel. And I always go back to the wheel, right? So we always have the wheel here. And as we work through the wheel, one of the things that helps us celebrating the solstices is know that we are connected. We are not separate from Earth herself. And we have to remember that, and we have to lean into that, because when things happen in our square box life, financial problems, relationship problems, world problems, political problems, pick a problem, we need to remember that Earth herself, if we are disconnected from her, those problems just seem to get so much bigger. And the 1-5 connection here is be creative, be connected to Earth, be connected to the divine. Our bodies are divine vessels gifted to us by Earth. And 5 is we're all connected. We're all connected to Gaia. 2-6 is the shadow. And 2 is movement. 2 is relationships. 6 is the shadow of connection and relationship to each other, and feeling good enough, right? And the shoal is centered on the grace and connection, and we can very easily swirl into the shadows of things. We can very easily go into a place where I'm not good enough to love, I'm not good enough for relationships, I'm not able to connect with people, or they're not able to connect with me, or nothing that I do will connect me to someone else. And the keeper of wishes, the mad prophet, the madman, the shadow of that connection is curiosity, madness, forbidden knowledge. The mad prophet, the keeper of whispers. He scrawls in the shadow, and nobody seems to want to connect to him. Nobody, even if they tried, he wouldn't be able to explain it, because there's a madness of trust in the shadow, that if you just keep trusting that people will connect with you, eventually you will. Eventually you will show that light to them. But when you're in the middle of the shadow, you can't see that. It's extremely difficult to come out of your own shadow when that is all that you see. So he warns us. He warns us that in the connection of Mother Earth, we're all connected to each other, and we don't have to go in to the madness. We can trust the wisdom of the ages, the wisdom of foreverness, the whispers of wisdom. And Oracle de Nut is the blue fairy, the blessings that are coming your way, the 7-3, the leaning into the connections that we have with each other, seeing the pure joy, and not being afraid of the shadows of those connections, not being afraid that you can go as deep as you need to emotionally to connect with someone, and the possibilities that it will work out. You will have that connection. You will have that place, that dream that will come true. You just have to lean into the blessings of knowing that you're going to be heard, knowing that the wisdom and the blessings take time. I mean, Pinocchio went through all these journeys, all these amazing things that happened to him to gain wisdom to become a boy. Your dreams will come true. But there's a shadow in all the journey. And then the Lantern Oracle, the 4-8, the broken dreams, which are not broken. Trusting yourself requires having a journey where you learn to not trust yourself, and then you learn to trust yourself. You learn through the shadows that other people share to you about yourself. One of the things that I've been blessed with over and over and over in my life. And these people may not even know who they are. But there have been some amazing experiences where I've been at the bottom of my barrel. I've been trying to navigate something, and somebody showed me my own shadow. And it was uncomfortable. It was full of grief. There was so much feelings of rejection and disconnection and deep, deep sadness. And in their reflection of what they thought I was doing, or their perception of what my meaning was, or their perception and their world of what was happening, helped me understand who I was so that I could reconnect with my dreams. I could reconnect with my purpose in this life. And I say it all the time, I'm not here for myself, I'm here for others. And for many people, that is a true statement. And the next layer of that, to get to that statement, I had to realize that I still have to take care of myself. I still have to have my own dreams. I still have to have my connection to Gaia. I have to understand where the shadows are, where the pitfalls, the shadow and light is in the journey of wisdom. I had to understand that if I lean into universe, if I lean into my connection to my gifts, and I lean into my connection with others and community, the dreams will happen. I will be given those validating moments by universe to say, here you go, here's your cookie. And the dream perception of brokenness is just a perception. Because when I lean in to me and lean into my connection of others and recognizing, yes, I'm not here for myself, but I also have to manage myself. I have to have good boundaries. I have to understand how I interface with all these other people. And then those broken dreams are not so broken. Only you can accept or reject your dreams. It's up to me to allow myself either to get swallowed by the shadows and the whispers and the fears and the little demons of shame, fear, and disappointment, right? If I let myself go there, then everything becomes shadowed. And the beautiful thing about this draw for summer solstice is that right now in our world, there's a lot of things that we get swallowed by the whisper. We get swallowed by, if you think of Pinocchio's journey when he went and got almost turned into a donkey, he fell into the trap of just following along with what other people do. And instead of living his life and living his own purpose, being authentic to himself. 7, the natural number 7 energy, that activation is when you know a 7, they are not afraid to tell you what they think you need to know. They're willing to risk the relationship to share with you their wisdom. And that is a beautiful thing. That is not a shadowy thing. And it teaches us so much about ourselves, our own shadow. But they always do it with love. They always do it because they care. And Pinocchio, if you think, Pinocchio is one of the cartoons that I really liked a lot, the Disney version of Pinocchio. And it was his joy. It was his joy that I loved. I loved the cricket, the little helper. I always thought Jiminy Cricket was like this amazing little cricket. I haven't watched it in a long time. There's probably a lot of problematic stuff with it. I completely can think of a few things. But the story itself, when my dad introduced to me where that story came from and the legends that go with that traditionally, I was like, oh my goodness, this is such a rich story, such a rich history. So when we're thinking of solstice, and it's the longest day of the year, it's the celebration of the sun, one of the things that comes to me with this deck is that it's very easy to think that, and I've seen it happen, I've seen summer solstice ceremonies where people are like, oh, I'm so sad to see the summer solstice go because now it's going to get dark. They're automatically turning this beautiful celebration into a fear paradigm. And when you go into fear, when you go into shame, guilt, fear, disappointment, regret, you're going into the shadow side of things. it's okay to feel that, but then turn that back into the light. Really look at the length of the day. Look at this beautiful sun that our world moves around. Our earth is moving around, and we go all the way around the sun. And there's this beautiful elliptical picture that I see on the internet every once in a while. It shows this amazing sacred geometry picture from the sun and the planets and the moon all circling around each other. The Fibonacci sequence is the sacred connection, the spiral of all of us. And I have this beautiful, I can never remember the name of these, but it's a petrified sea animal. And that sacred spiral is what this deck is, much of what this deck is based on. And I always think of the spiral and the summer solstice are intrinsically connected. We're connected to Earth herself. So I hope you all have a beautiful day. Enjoy your summer solstice. Enjoy the beautiful celebration of the sun. I'm filming this ahead, and I woke up and it was a little bit cool this morning, so I'm actually wearing a sweater in the middle of the summer. But I can tell it's a little chillier because Astra's like curled up on my lap like midwinter, and now she's bathing herself. Anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful solstice. I encourage you, if you've woken up today past sunrise, stay up till sunset. Light a candle for summer solstice. Honor the sun. Honor our connection to the sun. Maybe do a bonfire. The summer solstice is kind of like the full moon of the year. So you have full moon and new moon, and summer solstice is like the full moon of the year, and winter solstice is the new moon of the year. They are two sides. They are part of that infinite connection that we have to one another. I wish you a happy solstice, and looking forward to the next 6 months. We're going to be diving into a lot of shadow stuff, I think. I think we have some powerful cards to draw from to really explore the shadow side of the world and the shadow side of ourselves. So this might not be something that you're ready for, or maybe you're ready for some and not others. I encourage you. I have more than 365 days worth of videos on my YouTube channel. You're always welcome to go back and pick one that fits you better. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon. And I will see you in prayer. Say bye-bye, Astra. Say bye-bye. Yeah. Blessed be, my friends.